Balancing the desire for professional quality photos with the need for portability can be challenging. Mirrorless cameras provide an ideal solution, the perfect combination of high performance and convenience. These cameras are known for their compact design, while also packing high-resolution sensors, often 20 megapixels or more, that ensure crisp, detailed photos. Features like 4K video recording add another layer of versatility, allowing you to create stunning videos alongside your photos and body. Image stabilization reduces blur from shaky hands, making it easier to shoot in various conditions, including low light. The ability to switch lenses adds flexibility, letting you adapt to a range of settings and subjects, from sweeping landscapes to intimate close-ups. Now make sure to follow our links to get the best prices, and let's dive. Number 5. Canon EOS R7. The Canon EOS R7 is like one of the camera giant's full-frame EOS R cameras, only with a smaller APS-C sensor. For the price, it's impressively powerful, particularly if you're a fan of shooting wildlife or sports scenes. That's because it boasts 15 frames per second burst speeds, or 30 frames per second if you switch to the electronic shutter. Our tests found that the EOS R7 can indeed hit these speeds, though you don't get the deep buffers found on full-frame siblings like the EOS R6, so it can't sustain those speeds for quite as long. Beyond rattling off frames of speeding animals, the EOS R7 offers comfortable handling, Canon's latest subject tracking autofocus system, and in dual UHS 2 card slots, making it a camera that will also tempt pro EOS R series fans as a second body. The only downside? Canon has so far only made 2 native lenses for the EOS R7's APS-C sensor. More should be en route, though, and you can always mount existing RF lenses or adapt older EF lenses from Canon's DSLRs while you wait. Number 4. Panasonic Lumix S5 II. The Panasonic Lumix S5 II is a worthy successor to one of our favorite video cameras, the S5. Like the S5, the S5 II is ticketed as a hybrid, but video is where it excels. In our tests, we found its 6K/30p footage rich and detailed with wide dynamic range. Its video chops are bolstered by 10-bit recording across almost all resolutions, plus the ability to record uncropped footage using the sensor's full 3:2 aspect ratio, useful for cropping content. We also found it sturdy yet comfortable to handle during testing. Happily, its compact design doesn't compromise the physical controls. The S5 II is Panasonic's first mirrorless camera with phase detection AF for video. Combined with effective image stabilization, we found it produces sharp, stable video even when shooting handheld, although the 1.5x crop on 4K/60p video is a shame. The Panasonic Lumix GH6 is a more travel-friendly video powerhouse with a micro Four Thirds sensor, while serious videographers will be drawn by the Lumix S5iX. Nevertheless, the S5 II is a fantastic full-frame hybrid for high-quality video. Number 3. Sony A7R V. At 61 MP, the Sony A7R V has the same class-leading resolution as the A7R IV before it. But thanks to a new sensor and powerful Bion's XR processing engine, our review found that the A7R V is a better camera overall. Paired with high-quality optics and up to 8 stops of image stabilization, we found it capable of capturing outstanding detail. We found image quality to be excellent when shooting detailed subjects, making the A7R V a fantastic choice for landscape or studio pros. In our tests, its AI-powered real-time recognition AF wasn't foolproof, but it could reliably lock onto a range of subjects, working particularly well with people, even in wider scenes. Its articulating touchscreen provides useful flexibility when it comes to framing, while the EVF is as sharp here as on the A7S III. If you want a high-spec full-frame powerhouse and don't mind paying for it, the A7R V is a serious step up from its predecessor. But if you can't afford the best glass, want to shoot slow-mo 4K video, or simply don't need such high resolution, you might find better value in the A7 IV. Number 2. Canon EOS R10. There are cheaper mirrorless camera for beginners, but none that can match the versatility of the Canon EOS R10. From our tests, 2 features set the Canon EOS R10 apart for learners: its 15 frames per second burst shooting rate and powerful subject tracking autofocus, which operates across 651 AF points. These two features combine to make the R10 a fantastic performer in a range of scenarios, particularly when subjects are fast-moving. We found it particularly good at tracking the eyes of subjects. It's not a perfect camera for beginners. We found the EVF a little small and also noted the lack of image stabilization, a feature which is offered on rivals like the Olympus OMD M10 Mark IV below. Then again, we also found that the R10's low weight and deep grip make it a forgiving camera for novices to use. We also noted positively in our review the helpful presence of an AF joystick. The only major drawback is the lack of native lenses currently available for Canon's RF mount. In all other respects, the R10 is a versatile option for photographers getting started. Number 1. Nikon Z6 III. We weren't prepared for how big an upgrade Nikon's third-generation Z6 III would be. It boasts numerous sizable upgrades from the Z6 II that also give it the edge over impressive rivals like the Canon EOS R6 II and the due-for-an-upgrade Sony A7R V, namely improved subject detection autofocus, a 3.5x faster, partially stacked sensor that reduces rolling shutter, up to 120 frames per second burst shooting with pre-capture, plus Nikon's best-ever EVF, a lovely 5.76 m unit with dazzling 4,000 nits of brightness and the DCI P3 color gamut. It's a full-frame model that's part of the mid-range all-rounder scene. You don't get best-in-class detail from its 24.5 MP sensor, but you do gain blazing fast burst shooting at 20 frames per second with continuous autofocus and auto exposure in RAW and JPEG, or up to 60 frames per second at full resolution for JPEG. But it's Nikon's latest autofocus that shines, sensitive down to -10 EV, which makes it just about the best-performing autofocus system in low light, and with the latest subject detection modes that proved sticky during our tests that included photographing basketball players. The Z6 III's video specification shines. We get 6K video up to 60 frames per second in camera, and oversampled 4K RAW, plus regular 4K at 120 frames per second and 10x slow motion up to 240 frames per second in Full HD. Record time is impressive too, at 120 minutes, and that's despite there being no cooling fan. Arguably, if you don't shoot a lot of video or action photography, then the now cheaper Z6 II could still serve you well. That's a wrap. Now, let us know in the comments, are you looking for a camera to make videos or photos like, and subscribe if you enjoyed this guide, and have a good one.